I think that works. Okay. What is up, everybody? Thinking, I feel like all my stuff is just like scattered all over the place. So what I'm working on today is for Printopia 2026, the event that my graphic novel is going live for, this right here, and my Human Part 2. I have to have like a little icon image so they can put up with the collage. And so I'm drawing 04. For the icon image, since she's like a big character being introduced in this chapter. And it has to be like really, really small, like literally sticker sized. Hey, in the flesh. And then it's like gets super wide. How you doing? You doing good today? Well, I was like looking around at a lot of stuff that I was having to do for my campaign, like a lot of the back end stuff. I was doing a lot of like the back end setup, and something that I was like needing to do was like an icon to go along with like all the other projects in Printopia 2026, and it's got to be really small. And so this is what I'm doing. This is a new character getting introduced in this part, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna do it of her. So yeah, just starting work. What do you do for work? What? What is that? Administration and tech, like IT? What does that mean? Yo, you also subbed to my YouTube. That's dope. Appreciate you. Like her website, app, social media, and then office-y things like bookkeeping, copyright, trademark, and insurance. One of those things is not like the other. That's funny. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, it's like how do you come across a job like that? Good grief. Man, you're getting ready to retire then. The way this eye is looking. Been a little while, but I'm still battling, moving fast while you just prattling. No time for me, no tangling. Hit you in the spot with no angling. Just start over. A lot of anger in it. Flash bronze coated with spangles. Or watch this. Watch. We're gonna cheat. Building up your art skills for your retirement plan. What does that mean? You gonna like retire into making cartoons or something, or comics or something like that? Ooh, that's cool. Not sure of it fully. Just know that I love art and there's something inside me that needs to be expressed. No, it is not my full-time gig. I wish. No. I barely make any money at any of it. If anything, I do it just because I love it. Yeah, for real. It's just like everybody else, you know. You do it because you love it, and that's pretty much it. The lucky ones get to do it for their full-time gig. But no, for me, I do actually. What do you think I do for a full-time job? What do you think that I do? That's something I'm interested in. What you think? Only the finest organic milk. Only the finest. You know it. Pizza delivery. Actually, no. I work in construction. I'm a glorified general laborer. Yeah, I do like heavy machine operate. I'm a heavy machine operator. That's probably like the closest thing to a true title that I have, but really I just do like a bunch of different things at my job. I work outside. It's actually like it's a pretty good job except for the weather. I mean, like if you're here from Titus's stream, you know that I live in Alabama, and during the summer, it's just like walking out in soup. It's awful. But other than that, I mean, it's actually not that bad. I've done it most of my life. Ish. Yeah, I do a lot of things at that job. Like we kind of just bounce around doing all kinds of different stuff. I work for my dad. Him and his business partner. So I'm kind of in line to take over that business, and this is like something that I just do as a hobby, and that pays for me to live. You know what I mean? So. I used to do game design before I like transitioned to comics entirely. And then whenever I was like trying to decide what I wanted to do, because I had for Am I Human, this was a story that I'd written like the first chapter to this right here, the first chapter to like 10 years ago, and then I came across it again. I was like, hey, this is actually not bad, you know, because usually you come across old stuff and you're just like, this is awful. Why would I ever think this was good, you know? And I was like, yeah, this is actually not bad, you know. And so now I decided to go a little further with it. And now I have comic. I used to be a part of a duo where we made games and all that kind of stuff, which I haven't like developed a game in a long time. I feel like really it's just been a little over a year. But no, he just didn't want to do it anymore, and just lost interest in it and whatnot, and so I didn't want to do it without him. And so I decided, you know what? Either comics or animation. And it's way easier to do comics by yourself. And I'm actually doing a promo animation for this. Like after I get done with this, I'm about to go and work on the promo animation that I'm doing. And I'm not an animator at all. But you'll see that I'm just like, I was kind of like in between, not really just, you know, wanting to decide what to do. And then I was like, you know what? It's way easier to make comics by yourself than it is to make animation by yourself. Oh yeah, for sure. Now let's see what we can fix with this.
So you know that we out there, swatting lights in the making. Can't move fast without breaking. Can't hold on our life for change. And our voices ring out, yeah. To the mass wants to be free.
See, really, it's going to be about that small. So I'm like, okay, what is it going to look like? You know. And I'm hoping that the ink layer is not going to look as goofy. Because I'm going to draw it this small is not Gucci.
I'm just as real as, I'm just as dangerous as you, so know you're fine. Make up your mess, burn in every breath, fight inside your head.
So is this one you can like see all the pixels and whatnot. I don't like that.
And as your grateful brain tries to fight in vain, you're invaluable apart.
My phone's over here blowing up. Hold on.
And you know we were out there, swatting lights in the making, going hard for the taking.
Okay. Had to make sure what was going on. Which, in case you don't know, you can read this for free on my website. The PDFs are free. The only time I ever charge for PDFs are during campaigns because it helps me pay for like shipping and whatnot. Other than that, I think it's really dumb that people charge for PDFs because you don't actually own it. You know what I mean? Because then I'm just like, it just feels money grubby to me. And I would rather somebody read it than give me money, if that makes sense. So yeah, you can read this stuff for free on my website, gridlockstudios.shop. Parts 1 through 5 for Am I Human are up, and then The Place We All Go, which is a one-shot. It's up. You can read them for free.
Nowadays, many people views information's better choose. Recognize the source, of course, so get accused soon. Be careful who you choose to speak in back room. Jealousy running like sun and boom. It's messed up how anger and hate to looms large in the dark, leaving scars to some, but who's fume? I got my third eye to see through the costumes, lies after lie, little finger from lotus juice. This plot holes beyond dark is also intriguing. Lost once drunk off a pool of money dreaming. Dancers to battling against these demons. Raise souls, even screaming, oh please Jesus. Money makes the world go around, who the richest? Mother Teresa, but they never listen to me. Kept dressing with a fake coverage, spitfire burn these dreads, baby, baby, baby.
I've had some experience with crowdfunding before. Not necessarily just for comics. I've only done one comic crowdfunding campaign, but I've done several for tabletop games, and it's kind of like widely known that whenever you do PDFs, that they're free money because you're doing the work anyway for the physical release, and so they're just paying you for free essentially. Which, I mean, I have a lot of opinions about that anyways. I feel like I don't really do tabletop much anymore. The closest thing I get to tabletop now is actually, like, I play a lot of Magic now. I don't really play tabletop anymore, but I still kind of keep up with it in the industry and whatnot, because we started to get in with some pretty big people, and so I'll keep up with it and just kind of see how they're all doing. And those games are charging way too much for their PDFs. It's ridiculous. It has gotten bad in the past year. They used to just charge like $10 or something for a PDF. Now they're starting to get to like physical book prices for a PDF, like $30 for a PDF of something that last year would have been $10. And I'm just like, okay, guys, okay, let's chill out here. Now you're trying to sap people for money now. For me, it's never been about the money. I just want to make stuff, and I want people to enjoy it, and I want people to be able to have access to it. goes somewhere, it does, and if it don't, I'm still gonna keep making stuff.
You're not surprised. Got your game planned out. Do a deed, and I'm 2 steps ahead, yeah. So step into my way, stand out. It's a trap, I'm a step, and you're dead. Why should the second I go with the skies and our lightning struck your last reason? It's not an accident that no one hears you rise as your last breath seems to deserve. You never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done. But the time it did you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always so fast, so fine. You're spanning, but the nature didn't catch it in time. You'll never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done. But the time it did you, you're not surprised.
Absolutely not.
My game's always so fast, so fine. You're spanning, but the nature didn't catch it in time. Better think about your game. Are you sure your next move's the right one for you? Are you sure you won't get outmaneuvered again and again, my friend? You'll never see it coming. You see that my mind is too fast for eyes. You're done. But the time it did you, you're not surprised. I'm coming for you. My game's always so fast, so fine. You're spanning, but the nature didn't catch it in time. It's a war out there every day. You can't hide from me. You gotta pray for the rules, pretty cool, calling out in the face of this out is free. When your friends and
See how I
foes
can
look
pull
on
this
light in the
effect.
face of it, they miss the history, but they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place in it. How they find the times that just how the love goes by. I know it's not your fault to say, but there ain't no other way. So step on up to the plate. Need to face what can spread on into the light of
like that like preacher on internet like a long time ago, old internet stuff, where it was like talking about how Pokemon are awful, and he's like, why? Okay, there we go. All right. You are going to export PNG. No! To my drive. Wonderful. Now we're going to go work on animation. That's what I got so far for it. Basically, I'm about to just turn off all these background layers so I can see what I'm doing. Come on. Thank you. All right. I hate colors. I hate having to color anything, and so I'm like doing a manga calls too because it's black and white. There we go. Oh, this is for this is a promo animation to play on my campaign page for Am I Human Part 2. I'm just animating a scene from it. Yeah. Matter of fact, turn that off.
Like the shiny stars, like that pulse whenever it's right. You keep on blinking at me. You never turn away from me. In this
An animator, I am not, but it is cool. Like it's like I think it's cool to do. It's like a little 20-second animation bump, and then it's going to go into like showing the books and all that stuff.
Like the shiny stars, like that pulse whenever it's right. You keep on blinking at me. You never turn away from me. In this past gloomy night sky, like the fire up in the night. The journey that we travel for our prize. No matter where we go, we will not stop the shining forever. What's the thought that never is stuck? Like that fire up in the night.
Yeah, doing this like definitely makes me heavily respect solo animators, because there's so much that they have to keep up with. So much. And I'm just a newbie passing through.
Yeah. Don't you say that it didn't give you a chance just to listen. Only wanted out, but you just get that garbage talk, so no blessings. You're looking present, I'm already futuristic. Cruising satisfaction, kill me a bit. Curiosity brings me back and grooving. Don't wanna follow water, my water restore that order. Crossing the border, next corner, posing for reporters. Next level explorer, and my crew supporters. Still got busted forward with my crew.
Like the shiny stars, like that pulse whenever it's right. You keep on blinking.
I do think it would have been cool to have been able to go to like animation school. That's cool. Which I don't even know if there's even any close by. The only one that I actually know of is CalArts, and that's on the other side of the country.
Yeah. Don't you say that it didn't give you a chance just to listen. Wanted out, but you just get that garbage talk, so no blessings. You're looking present, I'm already futuristic. Cruising
Which they're SCAD. I wonder if they do animation stuff. Let me look and see.
Like a shiny star, so hot and never is dull. You keep on blinking at me. Never
They seem to do everything,
in this fast groovy night.
which I actually like. I actually really like Savannah. Savannah's beautiful. Oh, they do School of Animation and Motion. So it looks like they probably do like several. Man, they really do everything. Visual communication, liberal arts, foundation studies. What is foundation studies? Oh, okay, so studio stuff. I did know they did film and acting. Creative technology. That's cool. Is it 2D animation or is it, oh, it does everything. Motion media design, visual effects, which VFX is one of those things I think is like, as I slowly start studying more and more art and animation and whatnot, like people that do compositing is like, that's a really cool, that always seems really cool to me. I've been in this shop here. There's like a store. If you go to their animation page, it looks like a diner. That's a place that's in Savannah. That's hilarious. It's like right across the street from SCAD. Like literally. I think it's called like Leopold's Ice Cream Shop or something.
Done things that I can't even say. Trying to make up my day. God, it's so hard to regulate till I met her yesterday. How's the dirt and you the purifier? I'm the gasoline bar, you the fire. Keep it in the DL, no choir. Which makes me wanna talk like an esquire. I don't wanna push, you don't want to entire. Buy any juice from gold to sapphire. Crack some jokes, sometimes set tire. We'll be careful not to get the damn tired. Making sure that I take it higher. When we have a baby, we need to try it. That's what makes me most inspired. Hope same goes with you, baby girl.
Well, they even have a Savannah Film Festival. That's cool. Part of me really wonders though about I feel like if you're trying to get a job at an animation studio, then absolutely you need to be going to animation school and whatnot, so we can like learn the fundamentals like well. maybe also like the connections that you can get and that kind of thing. Yeah, I had no idea that SCAD also did animation. Like, that's where I would go then. Were I given the opportunity, SCAD would be it. But I'm happy where I'm at. Also, trying to get a job in an animation studio seems like I listen to a lot of creative blog, which if you're a creative person at all looking to do comics or animation or anything, I cannot recommend Creative Block enough. I have a hard time believing any kind of like serious animation studio. There's like one that I know of that hired a guy who didn't go to animation school and he was just an indie animator, and that was Smiling Friends. Did like a video about it. And another thing too is if you get a job like actually in animation, say you're somebody who's trying to like, say you're somebody like me who likes to write stories and whatnot, you're kind of just beholden to the whim of a studio. I don't like that. Like you hear these stories about people and like studios give them changes and whatnot. And I'm like, let's see their original vision. Let's see that. Instead of, you know, a studio trying to check boxes. You know what I mean? shows that fill these niches and do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, why not just, what's the original vision? Why not just give them the freedom that they want? Just make sure they don't make anything like, harmful. So that's why, I don't know, I guess that's why I prefer the indie lifestyle. I don't want somebody breathing down my neck telling me how to be creative, because that's not cool.
Get up, it's time to get real. Can't control the steering wheel. Outside isn't a battle mystery. Won't get out so easily. We are living our lives, so we realize what's happening. Hey brother, watch yourself. Grab your things, don't miss your chance. Find your own rhythm and dance your own dance. Be creative, chart your course. You must know what is ahead. Driving through the end of the ocean. Living up security. You are standing in the middle of another world. It's hard to figure real emotions. You are smiling in a shop where we feel tears. Let me help you find the place to got it home. We all trumpet a maze of relationships. Let goes of with or without you. I swim in the sea of the unconscious. I search for your heart, 'cause it's my truth self.
Alright, let's get to my least favorite part. Procreate. I was like, Clip Studio's simple mode has animation. Yeah, this is actually this is Procreate Dreams. This is not Clip Studio Paint. But after I do this, if I ever go back into doing any kind of animation, it will be on it'll be on Clip Studio, because I like it way better. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I will. This all across the town, dirty God, feet throwing these who has fire. I have to be wrong till I see the sunlight again. Oh, I will walk. Free, and red. And we'll face the stars we're proud of in風の声光の粒まどろむ君に注ぐ忘れない優しい微笑み悲しさ隠した瞳を願うこと辛くても立ち向かう勇気君にもらっただから行くね夢の中目覚めたまた会えるよ遠い記憶胸に秘め世界を君の手で守ったから今はただ翼をたたんでゆっくり眠りなさい永遠の安らぎに包まれて Love through all eternity 優しく見守る私のこの手で眠りなさい笑ってた泣いてた怒ってた君のことを覚えている忘れないいつまでも決して Until my love is exhausted
I actually used to use Procreate for my comics. Like the first 6 chapters are all done on Procreate. I don't think there's anything wrong with using it, and I feel like somebody could use Procreate their entire career if they wanted to. I just think there's some tools on Clip Studio that make comic making very easy. Exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. All of that is just an absolute pain. Somebody that's like an illustrator and whatnot. Like I have a cousin. She's a wonderful artist. Like absolutely amazing. she's used Procreate her whole digital art career, because she used to like traditionally paint, and I told her about Clip Studio, and then I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? Clip Studio actually isn't right for her. Because she's already been using Procreate for so long, and she doesn't make comics, she doesn't make manga, she doesn't do animation, she just does, you know, she does, you know, like illustration and painting and whatnot, and she does very, very good at it. But, you know, the tools that Clip Studio has is not something that she needs. Now, if she were to ever transition into doing comics or anything, I would feel like ditch Procreate so fast. Because I used to have to, I would letter in a different program. The same program that I use for my layout software that I used to use for making books, like RPG books. I use Affinity for layout and whatnot, and I would just do all my lettering in there. But that was a pain too, because you're pretty much just guessing at your sizes and stuff like that, because you can't really, like, there's a way you can do speech bubbles and whatnot in there, but it's not as like intuitive, because it's not necessarily made for comics, you know. So whenever I learned about Clip Studio, I started dabbling in it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to make a comic in it, like my next chapter, and learn it. And I made chapter 7 was my first chapter that I did in Clip Studio, and then I made The Place We All Go, and then I'm doing another one shot, and I've learned a lot about Clip Studio since then. And so after I finish this next one shot, I'll go back to finishing chapter 8. And then from then on, it's going to be a lot smoother sailing. Which I don't think I knew at first that Clip Studio was actually a Japanese company. So that makes sense since the manga industry is so big over there. So the 3D tools, I try to use some of them, and I want to try to get more into it, because I have some other comic ideas that aren't as cartoony. Like I have some horror comics, and I'm wanting them to be a little bit more realistic, right? Something kind of like a hybrid. Something in like I guess, you know, because I have a very cartoony art style, and I'm wanting something a little bit more like, say, like Avatar, Last Airbender, where it's like a hybrid. It's a definite game changer. Am I an idiot? Yes. I'm only getting bigger iPad too. So I feel like I can, was able to create 3D text from a site and import it into Clip Studio as reference. Ooh. Let me look at that. Ooh, that's cool. How long did that take you to do? I love your background in this. Shares also a 3D reference. I think that was about a few days consecutively work on it on and off last couple of weeks. I got you. Was your background also was your background also, I guess so, because you're like turning that layer on and off. Unless you did it like way earlier. Something that's funny is like now after using CSP, it's 3D rectangle, but I did the details. Oh, okay, cool. What's funny is after using CSP and seeing all the backgrounds and stuff that they use, or that they have on there, you go through and you read manga, you see all the backgrounds. They're not like the same, but you can see that it is a reference background that they use from the Clip Studio library. It's really funny. I mean, of course, to me, I'm like, do it. Especially with their like grueling manga schedule, do it. So is this your full-time gig, Gummy? Like doing comics and whatnot? Side hobby, I do software stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. The man. Yeah, so me and you you are in the same boat. I'm just like knocking on a year of having been doing this.
With my eyes closed, those long days passing by from the door, like late summer days slowly fade away. Finding way through the favorite tune, filling me with the.
Have you always been like, have you always made comics and then you just decided to start publishing them? Or what was that turning point for you that made you decide to want to go ahead and start publishing this stuff? Started the comic 5 years ago, always wanted to do it, but didn't have the idea until then. Okay. I wanted to be a cartoonist or illustrator of some form pretty much my whole life. Pretty much the same, I always wanted to do it. For that, I just did random art on yeah. So me and you were pretty much same exact boat. You're just farther along in your journey. The only other time I did make comics, now it's a series thing. Like series or series. Okay, there you go. The only time I ever like made a comic in the past, I was in middle school, and I used to do these comics called The Amazing Stickman. And it's exactly what you think it is. Just little 6-panel comics of on single pages. Just goofy stuff that this Stickman superhero would do. So whenever you say now it's a serious thing, because I remember we were talking a while ago and you said you've been threatening to go to conventions yourself. What about your online presence? Like how successful is that right now? Okay, what's not touching here? There we go. Okay. I got you. I mean, that's pretty good.
Snowflakes only on your face. A cold wind blows away. The laughter.
Any kind of reader base is good, you know. Putting yourself out there is hard, man. It's hard to do. Because, like, you ride that balance of, like, I want to just do this for fun, but at the same time, it makes you feel good whenever whenever stuff like actually actually gets read, you know, and you get like actual feedback from stuff and whatnot. I keep flirting with the idea of making a Discord server for people to post their stuff and people to read my stuff and whatnot. I just don't know if it'd be worth my time or not. Or how much time I would actually have to invest in it to make it something, you know, worth it to do. My theory is that if you're passionate enough about what you're doing, people will come to you. I'm not one for looking for followers' attention. Same. I'm really doing this for myself. It's a story I want to read. If others want to read it too, awesome. Yeah, so whenever I write for myself, right? I tell the story to myself first. And if I think it's interesting, others will too, right? That's how I man, me and you are the same. I just do this to kind of like help get the word out for it, because I do want people to read it, you know. Quote Rick Rubin, do something for yourself is the best thing you can do for the audience. Huh. That Rick Rubin guy, he might be onto something. I'm joking. I know exactly who Rick Rubin is. He might go places. You know, he might go places in his life. I think more people should like make stuff though. You know, I think a lot of people are just scared to make that leap. And it's like, well, what if it's not good? And I'm like, it's not. It's not good. It's better than nothing. Of course, you see like a lot of stuff that actually gets published. Like I'm pretty sure whatever your idea is fine. You know. I wish I could articulate that better. friend who is scared to make anything because of being judged. Yeah, for real. So I also have a friend who is the exact same. And he's a very good writer. Very good. He has no confidence in himself. Literally none. And he like won't finish a project because he'll get halfway through. You know how everybody, the creative process is like, this is good, this is terrible, and then this ain't so bad, and then this is good again. That's the mental swings of it. He never gets past the this is bad stage. Like, he never sees it through. And I'm just like, man, you could tell some great stories if you would just keep going with it. But you can't care. That's the caveat. You can't care. There's going to be aspects of it that are great. There's going to be aspects of it that are garbage. That's everything. There's no perfect works out there. Well, actually, no. There are a few. But that's also subjective. Is it not? Something that I would say is perfect, somebody else would have criticisms for. Nothing's going to be 100% perfect. Nothing's going to be great, And it's rare that anything's ever great on someone's first try. So that didn't work out. Let's try this now. There we go. My biggest thing is that, I said my biggest thing. I'm of the opinion that even if, say you have a creator who's passionate about what they're doing, right? And then you have somebody who's doing it just because they want to make some money, right? Because they have talent in doing said thing and they just want to make some money, right? To me, I would rather read something and me not like the story, not care for it, not resonate with it, but be able to tell that somebody cared putting this thing together, than to read something that just ticks boxes or consume something. Doesn't necessarily have to be comics. Just consume some form of entertainment that looks like all they did was just tick boxes. Because then that's just lame. And I feel like there's actually a wealth of stuff that people put out there just because it ticks boxes and they're not actually passionate about it. Especially in movies. Movies is the worst offender. us that movies are the worst offender.
Tell me why you did it, every dream falling apart. Tell me why you did it after the promise. Still I can, oh baby, I need your love. Looking so different, not in street lights. Habit, it keeps on pounding. Heartbreak, you tell me goodbye. Habit, it keeps on pounding. Heartbreak, you tell me goodbye.
You know, like at first, here's another one, a perfect example in the movies. At first, the Marvel movies were good. They were entertaining. They had a certain vibe to them and whatnot. And then they just overdid it. They kept making the same movie over and over and over and over. And all they really cared about was just ticking boxes and getting paid. And you could just tell. And it actually started before Endgame, but it wasn't all of them, right? And then, of course, after Endgame, it just went downhill, and they were just the same movie over and over and over and over. And it got hard to watch. And they, you know, call it superhero fatigue and all that stuff. And I'm like, I think it's just they stopped caring. Just pumping them out just because they could. And they were like, hey, this is a money printing machine, let's just pump it out. You know, not every movie can be good, or like has to be good to me. You know, and some people will probably end up really liking it. Not me. I'm a little bit more particular. I'm not one of those people that's like, let's see something original that's just like something that I've never ever seen before, because we live in 2026. It is nigh impossible and very rare to make a movie that is 100% or a story that is 100% original. Things don't have to be original. They just have to be compelling. You know, is there what part of this should I care about? Yeah, exactly. Why? It's like, I understand, you know, it being profitable, and them wanting it to be profitable, you know, because you invest money in it and whatnot. But if it doesn't just break and shatter the box office every single time, it's considered a failure. It's like, yeah, but it was a good movie. Like, I enjoyed it. I mean, you just wait. They're like, the age of the YouTuber movie is, we're seeing the dawn of it, right? Which is cool, but eventually that's going to become soulless too. if it continues, it'll eventually become soulless, and there's a built-in audience for this thing, because that's the reason that you hardly ever see any new movies. All the new movies are going to be YouTuber based, because they're all afraid to make money. I mean, afraid of not making money, right? It was from the death of the DVD sale that movies at the box office have to make a ton of money now, because they don't make as much on streaming, and they used to make a lot of money on DVD sales or just home video sales on the back end that you could bank on doing pretty well, right? Well, now, guess what? It is hard to buy DVDs now. So now, therefore, their box office is their only thing. So now studios are scared to fund movies, because if it doesn't make as you said, $1 million kajillion, it's considered a failure. And that is not so. That is not so. And I know this is like a completely wrong time period, right? But, you know, in another example of what you said, The Thing, the movie The Thing, right? It is one of my favorite movies of all time, possibly my favorite horror movie, and I'm a huge horror nerd. But whenever that movie came out, it was not considered good. People hated it. It was critically panned. And it was hated so much by people that John Carpenter, who made the movie, ended up hating it for a long time. And then it got a second life, and people realized, hey, this is actually a really good movie. And to me, it's one of the better movies that's ever been made. Not just horror, just movies in general. And it wasn't until it had a second life, like in the box office, it was not well received. So yeah, now that there's no back-end DVD sales that they can make on these movies, that they can bank on making, they go for IP farmings, right? Something that already has a built-in audience, and then they don't care enough to actually make the movie good. Exactly. They got too greedy. They don't care about making something good for the fans. They care about making money because it's a built-in audience. It'll make a certain amount of money to begin with. And I'm like, no, you should worry about the fans, because the fans are here for a reason. Imagine if they actually made it good, how much more money it would make. It would become a cultural phenomenon. And you can just insert IP here. Just please the fans instead of making just a movie. Say like the Halo series, right? I'm like, why did they do that to Halo? The person that made it had never played the games before and wasn't going to. I'm like, well, this is going to be a steaming pile of crap. Because your built-in fan base was here because of this reason, and if you don't capture the same thing, it's gonna do exactly what happened to the Halo show, which is get canceled. And all they care about is money. It's just garbage. It just sucks to see happen to stuff that, you know, you enjoy. And then something I was talking about earlier. I don't want a studio breathing down my neck, right? Look at the Avatar guys, the Avatar Last Airbender. How many times they've like left studios because they wouldn't let them do their creative vision, and then they just get stuck having to make what they have to make because a studio tells them what to do. I'm like, Avatar is one of the greatest stories ever written. Not TV shows, not animation, stories in general ever written. Those guys should be allowed to do whatever they want to do. But the studios keep breathing down their neck. Like, even they were even attached to the live action one for Netflix, and then they left. And whenever they left, I was like, nope, it's gonna be a steamer. And there were aspects of it that were good, and aspects of it that I really didn't like. And we don't talk about the live action movie, that doesn't exist. But that was also, believe it or not, the reason that was bad, because M. Night Shyamalan's not a bad director. He's not a bad director. But it was also, you look into it, it was the studios again that did that to him. And made that movie bad. So it's like, and I know, you know, Am I Human or any story that I tell is not like going to become a cultural phenomenon or anything like that, or a studio will approach me wanting to make a show out of something that I make. I know that's not going to happen, and I'm not banking on it to happen. But hypothetically, say someone did approach me and was like, hey, we want to make Am I Human into an animated show. I'm going to be so stickler about everything. I'm like, you have to stick 100% to the story, with the caveat of if it doesn't translate well to animation, because some stuff just doesn't, you can change it, but sorry, I lost my train of thought. You can change it, but it still has to make perfect sense, and I have to okay it. And I know that that's like, yeah, good luck with that. That's the point. That's the point. If they're not willing to go for that, then they don't care about telling the story. They care about making money. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're, you know, one of these huge name directors that's like, we can't afford to tell him no. Exactly. So I don't trust studios, and that's like another problem with like wanting to work in animation. Like I would only want to work with indie people who have a vision that they want, and they're very staunch about their position on that vision. Because to me, it's not about the money. It never is about the money. I have a decent job, and I'm happy with how much I get paid there, and happy with my work environment and all that stuff. The only thing I don't like is that it's hot outside, and that's something that literally cannot change. So I don't need the money. So it's like, yeah, we can offer you this amount of money and do this thing. And I'm just like, no. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. I feel like somebody like that can be dangerous. Somebody that doesn't need the money. Like if it wasn't me. Because I'm too passive. But I am stubborn at the same sense. So I will not allow the rights for something that I made to fall into the hands of somebody that does not care about it and only sees it as a way to make money. I feel like more people need to be that way, and they're just not. You know, I miss the DVD sell. I miss that. I miss physical media. Digital is not better. It never has been. It is more convenient. I will give it that. I'm not gonna say that it's not. In some ways it is more convenient, and in other ways it's kind of just a big old stack of garbage. But I miss like being able to own stuff. Which, Gummy, have you ever done any crowdfunding or anything like that? Have you ever done that before? Hold on, my wife tried face. Okay, I return. I live. Okay. I'll return. Sorry about that.
Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling what's not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a shapeshifter.
Okay. So let's color this now.
All free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. I can't tell you how to see me. Just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter.
Why?
Post masquerade,
Oh.
hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a
Stupid.
shapeshifter, have no face to show.
There we go.
Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
What's up, my man? Doing alright today? I'm here. Hey. I understand that. How y'all been? Y'all been good? You know, one of my favorite, like, old head things to say to people is, like, oh, I can't complain, nobody'd listen. Sitting here animating today. You know, if I had no other projects going on, animation wouldn't be too bad. But there is so much work that goes into animation. So much. Dude, I picked up on that like immediately. Well, not necessarily immediately, but nearly immediately. I was like, really? Because, like, I mean, that's the whole reason they took her out of the ride. Or they changed her character around. And they're like, yo, let's do this character this way. And I'm like, no. She was fine the way she was. It's classic. It's an image of the time. It's like them changing, what is it? Not Thunder Mountain Railroad. Splash Mountain, that's what it is. From Song of the South. I'm like, you guys are stepping on people's legacy doing that. Oh, that's what that little crown is next to your name. I was sitting here wondering, I was like, what is that crown next to his name?
I have my own headcanon about Red and this story about what they did with her. Arkham, I'm gonna do something for you. You're now a mod. Swing that band hammer. Wear it with pride. There you go. I gave you a sword. You're my first mod. You know something I need to do is I need to start doing like bits and stuff, channel points and whatnot. The only thing about Splash Mountain that I get behind is because I actually really like Princess and the Frog. But that's it. But they're still like stepping on that guy's legacy by doing that. I mean, I may be an outlier in that. They're trying to get away from the racism that was in there by calling that character, you know, whatever they called him, the name of his character. But what they're not realizing is they're like taking away from that guy's legacy of him being the first. Whoa, you're a sub with Prime. Wow. Thanks for the Prime. I don't know what that means. Think about it. They gave Princess and the Frog sloppy seconds instead of letting it have its own thing. Exactly. Exactly. They were just like, well, this is convenient, so letting it have its own thing. But that guy, he was the first African American to receive a Oscar or an Academy Award. I think it's what it was. But he was the first to do that. For that role. And I'm just like, are you not do you not see this as stepping on his legacy by taking that from him? By removing that out of, you know, I don't know. I feel that way. And it might not be, because he wasn't a character in the ride. So I see the argument against it. That's just my standpoint.
Down to the basement, replacement goes as placement. Big bucks payment, dirty like a slave man. Began to lose patience to these complacent successes who assesses rules that assassinate us. Like me, a lot of confidence but fall from vanity. Reason why I got a crew behind me. My
Who's cared about their legacy? Exactly. Never. So like all they do is try to sweep it under the rug. Yeah, exactly. They're a big fan of changing history nowadays.
Bunch of hallucination, but to some's elucidation. Hell now, won't cave. I'm an outlaw. Switch my style, counterattack for the southpaw.
It's just garbage. Yeah, when Walt was alive, they cared. And then they just like stopped caring about it. And he was like very stickler about stuff. Yeah, you do.
Got my third eye to see through the costumes, lies of the lie.
Come on, whenever. Serious.
Beyond dark is also intriguing. Lost ones drunk off a pool of money dreaming. Dancers to battling against these demons. Brave souls even screaming, "Oh please Jesus." Money makes the world go around. Who the richest? Mother.
But like, I like Walt. I like Walt Disney. I like his original team of animators and whatnot, and like through the Renaissance and whatnot. I like those, like that era of Disney. This current era of Disney is a little like, what are you doing? But also, I like 2D animation, so, which is crazy, dude, if you think about it. One of my biggest inspirations to actually go ahead and make comics is a guy named Osamu Tezuka. History knows him best as the author of Astro Boy. But me, I know him as the author of Dororo, and that is the most influential comic on my life because he has a very cartoony art style. And to me, I always thought that I couldn't do like comics and whatnot, because I mean, you don't know what you know. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. You know what I mean? And I was sitting here under the impression that, like, you know, there were no cartoon comics. That's not right. That told serious stories, right? And boy, was I wrong. But Osamu Tezuka was the first one that I saw that did that. And his art style really spoke to me. And so that's what started me down this journey of doing it, was him. And I'm going somewhere with that, so just bear with me. Tezuka is known as the godfather of manga. Tezuka is also cited as having Walt Disney as one of his major inspirations for art. So all of the framework for what manga is came from Tezuka. But guess where all of his framework came from? Walt Disney. You cannot say you're a fan of manga and deny Disney's influence on it. Because the framework for everything that he does for manga, the big eyes, everything, came straight from Walt Disney.
hurting so bad.
離れていたってだから今日もさよならどれだけすくっても指の前だからこぼれるそんな量それでも目に見えてるものだけが全てじゃない It's my heart 世間はここにあるものだけが全てというけど始まりも終わりも誰にも指図をされずに決めていい
I will be right back. I have got to use the bathroom, so I don't think y'all want to come with me on that.
I'm back. I'm back. How y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing? Seeing my wife wants anything from Uber Eats, so I was probably gonna get me some. Where's my glasses? Bro. My eyes are gonna just burn off.
Chill vibes, the nighttime of love, the sun unwind, any types to rise. Yeah, I'm down. Sit back, relax to the sound that goes around, 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 around. She said, hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today. Let me rock the world tomorrow. Yeah.
Toss those wings in. Buffalo garlic blaze, baby. All right, now we're gonna be working until
What? Come on. My own decisions. I don't want no opinions. Calling all the shots and I don't need nobody's permission. The fellas know I'm a dime.
yeah, we're gonna work until my food gets here.
Make my own dough. Don't ask nobody for nothing. I'm an independent diva for the style that you love, so check it out. Love it, so check it out.
Okay. Did the side pin there for a second. Bro.
Sunlight 夢を覚ます朝の光また照らし出すこの世界途切れた約束だけ一人抱えてまぶたの昨日だけ追いかけたStay high 忘れてたよこんなに透き通ったスカイブルーきっと君がくれた To feel 輝きいつか繋いだ手の強さに気づ
Bruh. That's exactly what I did whenever I went up there. I'm like, man, I've been down here for a minute. I need to, like, take the dogs out and whatnot. I'm gonna look down my dude. I need to mow my grass so bad. I'm probably gonna do it in the morning. Ain't no way I'm doing it right now. It's too hot. Okay, so I started watching a new anime last night. And I think, Dakota, that you would like it. I had seen the manga and I was like, do I want to read this manga? And now that I watched the anime, I'm like, yeah, I do want to read the manga. So next time I'm at Second and Charles, I'm going to try to pick it up. It's called Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. These names, dude, they gotta stop. There's also another one that I'm wanting to watch. It's called Chainsmoker Cat. That's one I want to watch. I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll though. Because I saw like some stuff about it and it looked interesting. I think it's one both you and Aisha would like, though. I thought about getting Rachel to sit down and watch it with me. There's only 3 episodes dubbed right now. I want you to take a guess what it's about. And I just found my sunglasses, not my glasses. I found my glasses. They were in my pouch. You're right. Behind, no, not any building. Behind the supermarket. Wait, I forgot. Something. I forgot the anime that this one too is. There we go. Here, hold on. Let's watch the trailer together. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Let me look at my screen capture real quick. Yeah, but I want to watch the trailer. Okay. I don't know, man. It's just lovable. It's just one of those things. It's just nice. It has a lot of charm to it. Yeah, but it's okay, so like I would describe Rent a Girlfriend as gas station hot dog, right? very gas station hot dog. It's good in the moment, right? But smoking behind the supermarket with you is the rest of them in 2 days. You binge watch so many so many gas station hot dogs. No, smoking behind the supermarket with you is like it's like a good Mexican restaurant, you know what I mean? Where you just like sit down and eat the chips and yap. That's what it's like. It's like that. So, yeah, I fell asleep during the 3rd episode because it was late whenever I started it. But the first 2 are bangers. And what I saw of the 3rd one was also super good, but I'm going to have to finish it. It's probably what I'm going to watch whenever I sit down and eat. I don't know. It's being aired right now. At least the dub is. I'm not entirely sure when new episodes drop. But there's like 6 episodes out in Japan. So the dub's not too far behind it. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Smoking behind the supermarket with you. Like I said, I thought about getting Rachel to watch it because I think she would like it. Turn my music back on. I kind of want to see if Chainsmoker Cat is on. If it's on Crunchyroll. Wow, it's not. So what is it on? Ooh, it's on Netflix. Ooh. There we go. So let's check it out on Netflix. Yeah, there's 7 episodes of Chainsmoker Cat. The premise of it is unlike anything I've ever seen. But it seems like it's just pure chaos. I don't think it's something that I'll show to Rachel. pull up the trailer of that.
よし、最近やけに吸い殻が多いから毎日
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. よし、最近やけに吸い殻が多いから毎日こうやって綺麗に。うわー、なんだー、おいヤギ猫、てめえイカれてんの。
長いしけ目発見にゃー。実はにゃーって綺麗好きかもにゃー。くっさ
みんなが禁煙だ、このクソ獣人が。
3秒ルールにゃ。なんもねー、なんもねー、なんもねー。タバコを吸ってる時は悩みから解放される。まだ電話にゃーを見放していなかったにゃー。これ予防薬ですよ。
I don't know.
よろしくね。どないしたらこんな状況なんねん。僕も包まれようかな、幸せの帳に。
先輩、働かないんすか？
まだその時じゃないんや。
It seems just like pure chaos. Maybe it's not super family friendly. I would expect it all that, but it's okay. Wait, did I not animate this on twos? Okay, let's cut that. Like she's vaping on 200 watts, dude. Ain't it? Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to try to ink this frame, and I think I'm going to be done for the day. So my food's almost here. And I am hungry. I'm feeling hungry. I need to come up with some stuff for like channel points to spend on like sound effects and whatnot. So I watched this guy. His name is OK Titus. He's awesome. And he has like some of the coolest channel points I think I've ever seen. Where they just like, you can mess with them constantly. Just like stuff keeps popping up on the screen and whatnot. So I need to do something like that to allow my viewers to interact with me and mess with me. I might actually, I joined his Discord yesterday. He's also from Alabama. He's really cool. I ought to holler at him and just be like, yo, how did you set up your channel points? I used to have a whole setup like that. Yeah, see, and that's like, I want people to
to, you know, be able to interact with me and whatnot. Oh no. I have another anime recommendation for you, Dakota. I just thought about this. It's hilarious. It's called Golden Boy. And I'm not gonna pull up the trailer for that. That one's rough, but it's hilarious. There we go. Okay. This frame is inked. My food is nearly here. Like literally 3 minutes away. So I'm gonna hop on out of here. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Don't forget to sub. Don't forget to follow, like, sub, whatever all that stuff is. And follow Am I Human Part 2 right here on BackerKit. You can read all my comics for free. The PDFs are free on my website, gridlockstudios.shop. We'll see you guys next time. You probably won't see me until next week, because after I finish this, I'm taking a break for a day or two, because animation is hard. We'll see you guys next time. Love you all, and God bless.